Hey guys, Beast Force here and welcome to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown since season 1 in 2021. My videos has gotten to 31. And yes, I took a break in 2024. And if I did, I would have been way ahead right now. It doesn't matter anyway. This is the breakdown I was looking forward to do ever since I did the Phineas and Ferb video. And we are talking about Summer Belongs to You. And we are finally here to break down this episode. This all-time episode. The remembrance of this episode. The generation of this episode. The quality of this episode. Summer Belongs to You.
The stakes have never been higher. Biggest, longest, most awesome day ever. Phineas and Ferb, summer belongs to you. Embark on the worldwide adventure. The race against time.
There's only 58 seconds till sundown.
Don't miss Phineas and Ferb, summer belongs to you. A special 1-hour primetime premiere event. Ferb Summer Vacation on Disney XD.
And also, it built up to the hype in Comic-Con.
Also going to talk about our big event this summer, which is our 1-hour special, Summer Belongs to You, that is premiering on XD August 2nd and on Disney Channel August 6th.
Yeah, some of the episodes coming up, like Summer Belongs to You, the hour-long special we have. August 2nd, watch it. It shows a little bit of the acting range, I think, with the voice actors more. You see a little bit more that they have to offer, whereas like Phineas actually gets upset. The one time Phineas is, "Hey everybody! Hey everybody!" It's different, and you get to see it, and it's a lot of fun, because you really feel for a lot of the characters.
We wanted to push you as an actor.
Yeah, and he literally means push. Over.
The hour-long special, which is screening today at 3 o'clock in what room?
It is, in this room.
In this room.
Just
I think it's my favorite thing we've done, and we get to see much more of an arc from all the characters because we have more time to play with them, and I think it's one of the best things we've done.
The hour-long, the summer special that's coming up, Gagan and Shaka Khan.
Glad they said yes, because we wrote a gag around the fact that Phineas hires Clay Aiken as a stunt singer to sort of portray him in the backyard.
So Ferb hires
Shaka Khan.
They just said no, we'd have to rewritten the whole thing.
Yeah, it made us laugh, but we were like, well, I hope they do it, otherwise we'll have to redo this episode, so it's very fun.
And yes, there are 7 songs in this episode, as 2 have been unused because of timing or pacing. While Breakdown Summer Belongs to You, does it still hold up? Does the songs still age well to this day? Are there some scenes that still are goldmine? Well, we're gonna find out once we break down it. If this is your first breakdown and you're curious to know how the rating system works, there's a detailed description down below along with my other videos in my playlist. Now, let's go on with the big event. In honor of writing this episode, Dan Povermeyer, Robert F. Hughes, Carol Mangy, Kim Robertson, Michael Diedrich, Aliki Theophilopoulos, Anton Gilbert, Kaz, J.G. Oratea, Mike Roth, and Perry Sombolos. Phineas and Ferb, Summer Belongs to You. Premiered in August the 2nd, 2010 on Disney XD. It's the summer solstice, so Phineas, Ferb, and their friends decide to travel around the world in one day in an effort to create the biggest, longest, funniest summer day of all time. But not everyone believes they can actually achieve what they've set out to do, leading them to get some encouraging words from Clay Aiken and Shaka Khan. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz takes his father-daughter trip to Tokyo with Vanessa. This is the 5th time that Phineas and Ferb episode has a different title card. The Halloween episode, The Chronicles of Phineas and Ferb musical clips, The Countdown, or When Ferb Was an Alien. Iconic.
Hello?
There's actually a 6-hour difference between Paris and New York, which is in France, the Eiffel Tower. And you can see Eiffel Tower is sparking through the light, which is reminiscent in real life.
Hi, Candace. You realize it's like 2 a.m. in Paris.
So that means they're in the afternoon in Danville.
You and I were in this Dixieland band.
And yes, there's actually a word called Dixieland, which is reference to hot jazz or traditional jazz.
Mom, did you hear that?
Because of all this road construction.
Ah yes, the road construction. It doesn't come back in full cycle towards the end when Isabella mentioned it.
Rope jumping robot ants! Phineas, will you turn that thing off?
Becomes
self-aware. The jump roping was his idea.
Backyard now.
Excuse me?
Backyard now, please.
See, Candace, you don't have to be aggressive. You have to be nice and polite to your mom, as always. Yeah, that's Dan Provenard doing the big robot voice.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
Hi, kid.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Took me an hour to drive around the road construction in the neighborhood.
That is very true. When you have a road construction, it takes extra long to get to your home.
It just make the days a little longer.
And this comes in full cycle in this episode.
We have a visual gag going on here. Thank you.
When I first saw that came out of nowhere, but overall, it's just a funny gag that they put in.
Our vacation is more than halfway over.
Fun fact, it takes place in one summer according to Korea, but some people say it takes place in 2 summers, which makes sense, but overall, it's not really a stretch in the continuity of Phineas and Ferb. It's just confusing.
Roller coaster, we traveled through time twice, found Atlantis. We hardly done anything.
True, but not true. You went in space. You also met Meep, and you also created the beak suit to fight supervillain named Kakapoopoo. Stop saying that you didn't challenge. You've done many things in the summer, and they want a bigger challenge.
Longest, funnest summer day of all time. Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
At least it's a switch up to Doofus Evil Incorporated. At least it has a jingle.
Hoping for Paris. I mean, I did drop all those hints.
I chose Japan over Paris at the last moment.
I really like the face expression of Vanessa and Doofus, as they're gonna go heavy on this episode.
This is your captain speaking. We're expecting a slight delay for our arrival in Tokyo.
Giant jump roping robots. I dangle, therefore I am.
How the fuck did that get here? I do not know.
Wait, I'm in charge, right? For 2 whole days?
That's right.
Well, look at that. Linda and Lawrence's bedroom looks more detailed as you get to see the Finn Fletcher family portrait in there. And there's the bed, there's a lot of clothes in the wardrobe. It's a lot of detail in this episode. And we've already not past 5 minutes yet. And
So, when you say I'm in charge,
You're in charge.
and that's what Linda says since the first episode of Roller Coaster.
If that happens, you're in charge.
yes. And I am, as you say, in charge.
Charge means you handle things yourself.
Don't need to call at all. You're not doing your job, and you would be in trouble too.
Bust myself?
Well, you already busted yourself. If you're in the production order, then the sequence that says she was driving an all-terrain vehicle without an adult supervision, which got her grounded, and also bringing a friend party to her house, which she also got grounded.
Right next to the pair of ducks.
And we're in the night, maybe early morning, so time has passed as Candace is taking responsibility while she's sleeping.
I'll be right over.
Cool, thanks. So, Phineas, what you doing up so early?
We are gonna make it even longer.
In some of the kids, you get to see the light in the side reflecting them, which looks very, very decent.
Wow, that is weird. Amazing Sunbeater 3000.
And followed by a big number.
We will travel around the world as the sun does, making this the longest day of summer that the extra 15 hours you will have had anyway.
I really like how Phineas and Ferb are prepared to go out all in the world, as Phineas and Ferb have been planning this since yesterday, and time passed as he does, and this is going to be a big challenge.
Only 24 hours in a day, and that's that.
Well, it looks like a statue of the Scarbados, which is actually a real statue, which I'll put in the screen.
The sun by traveling around the
Don't
world.
try and confuse me with your sorcerer's whip.
Buford's being such a jit. This is just like Raging Bully in season 1. The way Buford is just, ugh.
In the roller coaster, but other than that, nothing. Oh, when the platypus came back, man, nature just bends to your will. Therefore, it's impossible.
Yeah, I bet you. And if you lose, you're gonna have to stand up in front of everyone and say that you are governed by the laws of physics.
You gotta spend the rest of your summer doing nothing.
Is that really a threat, Buford? Even though Phineas and Ferb will fail, it's just that they will always keep doing what they're doing this summer. Buford, stop making these stupid threats. You're just being like the arsehole from season 1.
I'll eat a bug. How about I give you back your bike I took when we were little?
My bike.
Mine.
No, Baba Glorp.
He did steal his bike, but in passing through, Phineas has a different bike, as Ferb, Balji, and Isabel may have lost their bike after this episode by Buford. Actually, in this bike here, it's a blue bike, as Phineas has his old bike, which is a red, so Buford must have stolen Phineas' first bike in after just passing through.
Here before the sun sets, you've got to give everyone their bikes back.
Man, look at Isabella's expression. She looks so pissed at Buford for making the bet.
Large front wheel.
Phineas, what are you doing? You're putting your entire world in for what? A bunch of bikes?
It's about my worldview.
What is a summer really? But a tepid month or three.
Clay Aiken is portrayed as Clay Aiken of himself. Nice.
Clay Aiken?
Yeah, I hired a stunt singer. What do you think?
And the first song in this episode is called I Believe We Can, sung by none other than Clay Aiken, providing backup vocals by Shaka Khan. And it is very amazing. And also Clay Aiken's using Phineas' shirt, which actually is from Forever Summer, which is in Runway Runaway. Man, I love the shots in the backgrounds as it's moving. Very cool. As you get to see the shadows moving while Clay Aiken and Phineas and Ferb play music, which is very well done. Man, Buford isn't liking this one single bit. While Phineas and Ferb friends put their hands in the air while Clay Aiken's singing the song, you get to see doing wave and wave. This is a pretty good extra detail to put an effort into this song. Which is actually his debut album back in 2003. Look at the Fireside Girl and mostly Isabel. She is adored by Clay Aiken. Wow. And yes, Shaka Khan is here and she's wearing Ferb's clothes this time. Man, I really love the singing between Clay Aiken and Shaka Khan. They're doing a fantastic job.
Nice. That's the plan.
Well, in the album version, Clay Aiken says the same line that Phineas and Ferb did.
Or at least that's the plan. We're gonna have to fix this way, yeah.
Hey, where's Perry?
Kinda weird, though, that he took the time to cut each letter out of a mag.
Dear Carl, I haven't been kidnapped, so don't come looking for him. I mean me. You can presume I'm on vacation and undercover.
Goof is on vacation with his daughter in Tokyo right now. I'm the keynote speaker. Coincidence?
I was about to say it, but Carl beat me to it.
All right, you got your breakfast. What's eating you?
Know what they have in France? French girls.
Come on, Candace. Everybody knows that you and Jeremy are an item.
That's true, and we've seen many moments of them together in many episodes, but they ain't boyfriend and girlfriend just yet.
Never even call me his girlfriend. In Paris and surrounded by French girls.
Got to believe in yourself. What do French girls have that you don't have?
As we cut to this scene and this scene, you can see the window of the sky changed.
Do that? I can use the B word first? Pyramids? Really?
Oh, right. That's Belgium.
It's Egypt, Stacey. Pyramids are from Egypt, and that's just going to play a huge part of Candace and Jeremy's relationship, as it's going to span even more further in this episode.
Structure in Tokyo is the Tokyo Tower.
And yes, the Tokyo Tower is real, as it looks like the Eiffel Tower.
I can't believe you brought work with you.
When Vanessa said, I can't believe, Vanessa's mouth doesn't move.
You've got some guy tied up here.
Got a name, you know. It's Vanessa Major Monogram Vanessa.
I know Major Monogram's been kidnapped, but why doesn't he call any backup animals to save him? It's not a stretch, it's because either they're on other missions or they're doing nothing. Wow, look at the map, it's huge. Maybe you can use it for different maps in the internet.
Stops in Tokyo and Paris to refuel.
The City of Love?
That's what they call it.
You're asking me to go to the City of Love.
And we know Isabella is going to sing about the Sea of Love. And it doesn't work out, as we're going to see later on. And we all know why.
Hey, Jennifer, I'm going with you to make sure you don't cheat.
All right, carry on then.
Used up all the packing tape.
Okay, the clock is ticking, everyone.
And he's standing in a box of salt. Nice.
I'm left me in charge, and I say you and your little friends are not going anywhere. You're going to Paris?
Man, Candace is thinking about, should I go with them to make sure they don't get busted? And I'm going to get busted too, but I need to see Jeremy, my boyfriend, who I'm going to ask.
When I say this, really, really bad ideas.
A better way to look after them than by going along and keeping them out of trouble along the way.
That's a good idea, but could that lead you to be in trouble again?
Say hi to Jeremy for me. And hey, you should stop by and see my cousins in Tokyo.
And they do once they get to there, which is amazing, and it's gonna be weird at the same time.
Wow, mad folding skills.
Man, Ferb can do anything, and it does get brought up again in the map in when they were stuck in the island, but we'll get there once we get to that.
Ready for you to lose.
Buford, shut the fuck up. You're going with them. I really like how the rocket boost shows as the leaves and everywhere fall around, which is very good. Shaka Khan and Clay Aiken's still here. Nice. As the invention of Phineas and Ferb skyrocketed away, you can see Isabella's house there as the smoke was about to disappear, which is very, very well detailed.
Roughly 40 hours to get this backyard in line and set up for the party. Here, make yourself useful.
You know, we're only booked for the hour.
And that's only the scenes that appear, as they don't appear in the next act. And we don't need to. They've done a fantastic job. I can see the shadow of the Sunbeater 3000 as it goes in different direction with the rocket.
So what'd you guys think of the Pacific Ocean?
Probably like my 5th favorite ocean.
And the first location is the Pacific Ocean, as we're going to see more.
That the Tokyo Tower is the tallest self-supporting steel structure in the world.
And Vanessa did her research, and it is facts.
But it says nothing about...
You can hear the voices as in the room.
But it says nothing about... We're supposed to be on vacation.
This major monogram drops this water balloon on the entire International Good Guy Convention.
I would like to see who are the good guys in that convention. That would be willing to know.
It would ruin my reputation, destroy my credit.
That would be the second time Doofusworks trying to destroy a credibility. As you see, he created clones of Perry the Platypus to frame Perry.
First of all, without your leadership, it will totally put an end to the OWCA, the organization without a cool acronym.
And we get our first drop of the OWCA. We didn't know it until the 101st episode of Phineas and Ferb. And it's here. And it's just to stop scientists like Doofusworks, Rodney, with animal agents.
AUKA?
It's AUKA.
That's a cool acronym. Told ya.
Man, I really like the background designs of Tokyo. You can see different buildings, different textures, different colors all around it. It looks very good. Well done. And we get a close-up of the buildings, of the designs, and you can see it's Japanese, and it looks very good. I really love it. Whoever designed this is doing a very good job.
I thought it sounded a little grindy and sparky.
You can see Isabel and Candace's hair looks a mess after they landed. And their hair is completely fine again.
Konnichiwa, Steichi no tomodachi desu?
He said in Japanese. Everyone knows the word konnichiwa, which is hello. If anyone hears that, you know it's Japanese.
Hey everybody, Phineas and Ferb are here!
And she knows Phineas and Ferb. Probably Stacy phoned him about it. And also, her name is Bachin Horano, who's voiced by none other than Lauren Tom, who did Kooky in Kids Next Door with D. Bradley Baker, who voices Perry the Platypus, also did Wallaby Beetles.
If he had to leave the room, it's gotta be something big!
Number 1 just quit the team! He's not getting you a bounty! A-A-W-N! Gone!
Hitting the bong while calling it, very nice.
Stacy sure has a lot of cousins.
Stacy's cousin's design is very similar to Sailor Moon, except she only has blonde hair and red boots. As you can see the effect as they transform into anime. The second song of this special called J-Pop, Welcome to Tokyo, sung by none other than Stacy's cousin. And this song is so weird and it's amazing and they do it very well. You can see the song in the background bouncing as the anime pops forward with love hearts. While in central and southern Japan, it's 51 to 70 millimeters in, so that could be false.
We need to refuel.
Even though it's weird to see them in anime form, Phineas and Ferb look good.
Tempura restaurant.
It's a typical Japanese dish that usually contains seafood and vegetables, which is a real word. We get to see Candace in anime form, as well as Buford and Baljeet. Buford looks good. And of course we get to see Isabella in anime form as her hair is different and she doesn't have a belt in her clothes. The only thing that should have been in this episode, they should have said Senora. It means buy in Japanese, but overall you don't need it. They need time to get back to Danville and going around the world first.
I have no idea what just happened.
Neither do I, Candace. Neither do I.
Did it on camera for the world to see! Some steel and an iron will and... Yeah? I am Major Monogram. I dropped that water balloon.
Ed, this entire trip has been about your work, then I don't want to spend time with you. I'm going to the airport and I'm flying to Paris. Hey, Perry, alone if I have to.
And that wasn't the last time we see Vanessa upset with her father, as recently in season 1, we're getting the band back together and other episodes. It's not something new, as I don't mind it, as Vanessa's fed up with Doofus not spending time with her daughter instead of focusing on his work, which is kind of strange.
You have all the traveler's checks. The traveler's... No, I do want to spend time with... Look.
Man, what a tackle from Perry.
That button be blinking like that. Yep, that means it's working. Can't be good. No!
While you get to see in different view with the cars and the buildings, while Vanessa's getting saved by Ferb in the plane as they caught her, you can see a bit of Candace's hair, as some of it is just not clear.
Oh, they caught her! They caught her!
Ferb? Vanessa?
And that's the 4th time that Ferb met Vanessa, one being I Scream and You Scream, The Chronicles of Me, and Vanessa Roughness, and now Summer Belongs to You.
No matter where we go, Ferb knows everyone.
Indeed, Phineas, indeed.
So where can we drop you?
I don't know. Where are you guys going?
Well, we're off to Paris.
Can I just come with you?
Sure.
Looks like Vanessa's journey with Phineas and Ferb and the gang. This is very awesome. An extra addition there.
Now you're running off with her like... the platypus, how did you get here? I need a ride. Oh, I have to save my daughter. This is a big deal. Please. I have to answer for what you've done here, mister.
And we don't see the big balloon again until we get to Paris, where it actually destroys Phineas and Ferb's plane. But we'll get there.
I did that. Seriously, when was the last time you washed your hands?
If someone touched my face, I'll be saying the same thing. They will smell like garlic oil or whatever.
Keep an eye out for Klimpaloon.
Klimpaloon?
Magical old-timey bathing suit that lives in the Himalayas.
And don't forget, this is actually the first introduction of the Klimpaloon, as we're going to see once we get to that.
Does that sound like something someone would make up? We didn't calculate for the weight of an extra body.
Oh shit, now they're gonna crash and they won't even make it to Paris there.
It is going to affect our arrival in Paris.
That's what I said earlier. I can't believe I'm Phineas right now. While the plane crashed, you can see the snow trails continue right in the plane as it crashes in there, as it is very well successful again. And also, this is the first appearance of the Klimpaloon, as it made its first appearance, as it will appear in many episodes, but it does get a major role in season 4 called the Klimpaloon Ultron.
And you thought I made it up.
Really, Vanessa's wearing the earrings I got her. They're made out of these cool little tracking devices. Woohoo! Team Doofenshmirtz!
Man, I really like their face expression when Doofenshmirtz trying to name the team. It is funny.
Looks like you're gonna lose.
I believe my Uncle Sabu lives not far from here.
I know some people say that is random, but I really like the idea that Baljeet has another uncle called Uncle Sabu, as he already has an uncle called Uncle Malik in Picture This.
Forget it. I'm staying with the plane.
And I'll keep her company.
It looks like this will be the second time that Candace will miss the song in this episode.
Oh, Candace, what is Ferb short for?
Don't.
I like how this comes back in full cycle in Vanessa Roughness.
Your name is Ferb?
Well, yes, it's short for...
And yes, his short name is first, as we don't get until At Your Age, which is 10 years into the future.
Jeet and friends, I was expecting you. Something we say up here to freak out the tourists. Yes, it's quite a trek, isn't it? It used to be very inconvenient.
Uncle Sabu's voiced by Brian George, who was in Senfield.
It's all his fault. Him and the woman. But they did not get my factory right here, and now it's inconvenient for everyone else. Rubber bands, rubber balls.
The first song in this special is called Rubber Bands, Rubber Balls, and it's sung by none other than Uncle Sabu, and it is very, very good as well. Man, I really love the design inside the factory, as you can see mats or patterns in it, and the stairs. It looks very well good. The dance is same anime as they go through side to side as it flip, and they did it very well.
Where we test the stretching
Man, it looks so bouncy. I wish I had one of those.
pronouns.
I like how Balji is messing with Buford as you get to see more bouncy ball has been tested.
So the curry won't spot.
The song's doing well as they dance in the same animation. As another background for you get to see the rubber textures in there. You get to see a different type of designs with the elephant, the mountains and all that stuff. A mini one.
Pianos, we don't make cream soda. Ice cube trays or ceiling fans.
We're already in 3 songs and it's all been good so far. I can't wait to hear more of it.
I'm just kidding, just kidding.
Let's see if we get a signal further up the mountain.
I got her. She's down there on that craggy mountain. Shoot goggles and oxygen mask. Wow, you have everything.
I was about to say the same thing until you said it, doof.
Do you hear a rumbling noise?
And we get to see the rubber band ball as outside as you get to see different colours in it as it attached to the plane. Looks very good.
Ferb, I think we might want to start the plane. Sounds like you're flooding.
I'm not flooding it.
And that's the second time that Ferb saved Vanessa in this episode. And that plays a huge part on when they become a couple in At Your Age. Look at that, another smear lines of Candace, and we're still getting it. You could see Vanessa struggling to hold on as Isabella, Buford, Baljeet, Phineas and Ferb are inside while they're getting crushed, but they survive.
That's not helping!
Man, poor Klimpaloo. Candace, why you have to be such a meanie? And of course they are fine.
So, how'd it go?
The 4th song in this special is called Bouncing Around the World, which they bounce around the world as they're heading towards Paris, and it's sung by Love Handle but off screen. The first one is in Madagascar, and they are in China, St. Basil Cathedral, which is in Russia, the Baltic Sea, the Abu Dhabi. Look at the camels and the designs of that building, looks very good. And you get to see closer between Isabella, Candace, Vanessa, Balchi and Buford. And we're in the Great War of China, and that won't be the last time as we're getting into season 3 with Doof Dynasty. Hey, there's the Taj Mahal again. We haven't been there since not Phineas and Ferb. Man, Buford are having so much fun despite that rant earlier with Phineas about travelling around the world. Netherlands, Dutch windmills, Russia, or could be Ukraine in Pripyat, which we all know what's happening in the real world. Man, I love Phineas and Isabella's design there, as Isabella doesn't wear a bow, but overall, they look so fantastic. Really liking the designs of the episode, the buildings everywhere. They're doing a fantastic job. We're in Egypt. The second time wasn't when Doof found out about the aliens in The Lizard Whisperer. I don't know what it is, but it could be Poland. I could be wrong. I love the designs of Phineas and Ferb. They are Italian serving spaghetti. And also Vincent Martella is Italian descent. Man, I love Buford's face. It's like, do you think I'm gay? Do you think we're gonna kiss? Another very good design here. Look at the textures of the floor there. And we get Phineas and Ferb playing musical instruments as Isabella's wearing a different type of design. And that won't be the last time a person playing accordion in this universe as soon as we get another. The previous scene was in Switzerland, but this is Singapore. And look at the design. Australia, the Sydney Opera House, the Parthenon, Athens, Greece, the Angkor Wat in Cambodia, Germany with the Brandenburg Gate, and Tunisia with the African savannah. Actually, this could be the African savannah. That could be a mistake, and they come back here in season 3 of Where's Perry? China again? Okay, I wish we got to see England, Grandma and Grandpa Fletcher again. The Leaning Tower of Pizza. Haven't mentioned it since We Call It a Maze by Doofenshmirtz. We're at the Old Terrain in Belgium, and that's the last place before we go to Paris. And the rubber bands run out.
Huh? I thought you wanted to go to Paris.
As they fall into Paris, as you can see the Eiffel Tower with the river as they go into the river as it splashes, which is a very nice detail, but with the only disappointing thing, it just disappears, which actually bothers me a bit. And to top it off, in Act 2, we get a fun-faced Phineas. Excellent.
Go in parts, so we better split up.
He's in some place called Syrah.
Man, you're holding the wrong way, Doofenshmirtz. At least Perry the Platypus will correct you.
Oh, Perry! Everywhere she wanted to go. Good for her.
You go see Jeremy.
Way ahead of you. Still gonna lose, but I do like scaring things.
Nessa, you rented a scooter.
Yeah. Rent it.
At least she's driving, but she doesn't have a car yet. Man, I really love the designs of the cars, the buildings, a lot of designs there. They're doing a fantastic work, but I know the visuals are going to get a 5, and importance, and the entertainment side as well. But will the plot and characterization will stay the same? We're about to find out.
Isabella, you want to come with me?
Yes!
Man, Isabella looks weird in that shot.
You know, whatever. It's all good, bro.
Isabella is amused, but will she be amused enough?
Pardonnez-moi, madame.
It means forgive me, madam.
Fais-moi médaille.
It means in English, can you tell me?
Parlez anglais. Est la hotel poubelle?
It means was the hotel.
Coin de la rue?
It means, oh, what about the wheel in French?
La poubelle. Hey, hotel poubelle.
The 5th song in this special is called Sad French Song, and I can show you the translation in the screen, but it's not really a proper song, as we're going to get to the proper song when we get to Phineas and Isabella.
So, Phineas, what do you think of the city of love? You're just too stressed. You should take a moment to relax and enjoy it.
The 5th major song of this special is called The City of Love, which is voted in 6 in the Phineas and Ferb musical clips, The Countdown, in season 4, and this is one of my favorite romantic songs of Phineas and Ferb, along with what might have been in At Your Age, but it does become as frustrating as it is as we get to there. I like how they put the romantic feel, just like in Real Love, together as a couple. Can't escape front-face Phineas right there. And that is the first sign of Phineas and Ferb being clueless, as Isabella will start to become as frustrated as time goes by. And we get to see underneath the Eiffel Tower, which we get to see it closely.
To that hanging around. The rivets would come in handy.
And that snippet was reused in At Your Age. Man, you can't ignore front face Phineas. It's just everywhere. Another sign of Isabella getting frustrated again. How did the dog get on the boat? It doesn't matter. This is a funny scene as everyone's enjoying themselves except Isabella. That's just a different voice actor. That doesn't count. If it was Thomas, I would still count it.
Rocket fuel.
Really like the pictures and the crown there, as Isabella's frustrated again. Love the portrait of that painting, along with other paintings. It looks so good.
Hey, how do I look in this beret?
Need helmets.
Another sign of Isabella getting frustrated again, as she's gonna start to lose her patience soon. And yes, Champs-Élysées is a real place. Ooh, Champs-Élysées. And also, this is Dan Provenon's favourite part of the lyrics in Phineas and Ferb. I really like the waterfall right there, as it's moving the same animation. It means my darling, I love you. I love the portrait of Phineas looking the other way with Isabella wearing the beret. As Isabella's walking, you see her handmaid refusing to offer flowers.
Hey, you! Stop letting my balloons go!
As we see Buford Belgium, well, look at the restaurants of the shops of France. It looks very, very detailed.
Cooking oil that we could have.
Excusez-moi, mon bon monsieur. Auriez-vous par hasard un soupçon d'huile de cuisine que nous pourrions utiliser sans nous démunir d'un sou?
I can show you in the screen what Buford said, as I will translate it to you in the screen. And also that could play a huge part in season 3 episode called Buford Confidential, when Buford and Bridget are at the cafe in Paris.
Not one word about this to the others.
Pardonnez-moi, monsieur.
Et alors?
It means these are the orders.
What else?
Guess we'll always have giant plastic baguettes.
I understand Isabella's frustrating. She wants to spend time with Phineas in her perspective, but in Phineas' perspective, he wants to get into Danville before the sun goes down, and I really don't blame either of them. It's just that they have their own perspective for their ideals, which plays a role in the future episodes of their feelings.
He's my dad, and I shouldn't blame him for being busy. Put his work ahead of me.
Sometimes if you love somebody, you have to meet them halfway.
Good advice, Ferb. Good advice. You're a man of action.
Maybe I should take an interest in his work? Good, but it's actually evil.
Well, you did try to bust your father to bring your mother to show him that he's evil, but it doesn't actually stops until future seasons. I assume she won't do it again.
Tessa! We've come to rescue you! Just arrived! You remember these guys, don't you?
Hello again.
As you get to see, the France buildings is out of focus while Doofus, Major Monogram and Perry are in focus, just like in every episode.
You brought work with you again.
Brown Perry, the platypus, they were helping me find you. A straight line, for crying out loud. Yes, I came halfway around the world to get you.
Halfway?
And she starts to realize it.
Halfway around the world. I suppose you could put it that way.
Do you hear that song in the background that is playing?
Me halfway.
I suppose you could.
That soundtrack piece was used in At Your Age when Phineas chased Isabella's car.
Dad, move over. I'm coming with you.
These guys into giving us a tour of Paris. We can go check out the Guillotine Museum.
Bye, Ferb. Thanks for everything.
And that is the last time Ferb and Vanessa ever been seen together until Night of the Living Pharmacist, but overall we don't see them as much in screen time, which is fine. I get it.
Well, the baguettes are rubber banded on.
Gee, I don't know.
Another sign of Isabella being frustrated since the Sea of Love song.
She went off with someone else.
And here comes one of the most funniest guys in Summer Belongs to You, and it's a gold mine.
City of Love? I thought romance was a foregone conclusion.
As Isabella destroys the pencil, look at her eyes. She looks so frustrated and angry because of Phineas not paying attention.
I need a new pencil.
Did you see Jeremy?
Well, I saw him.
One in the City of Love?
That joke just never gets old. Isabella explodes and she loses her head, but it's only a hallucination by Phineas. As Isabella has explodes, you can see all of it falling into place. As you can see, front face Phineas is at it again.
Peachy. You have another, life away from you and it feels weird.
Is your teacher at the grocery store weird? Or like when someone you've known for a long time starts wearing a cowboy hat weird? That's good, because I was thinking about getting a cowboy hat.
What if he doesn't want to see me or came to Paris to get away from me?
No, Candace, you know he loves you no matter what. And how many moments do you have together in season 1 and season 2? You just want to spend time with to have a break.
To believe you can't? What? You miss Clay Aiken and Shaka Khan?
Maybe after the song, but apparently Candace did miss Shaka Khan and Clay Aiken, which is a shame. She would have adored it.
The gist of it was that you've got to believe in yourself.
All the things you've done. Summer belongs to you.
She said it. She said the line of the title. Amazing.
It belongs to everyone. I have to believe that.
Even though Phineas is a kid, he's saying some wise words right there. Very good thinking, Phineas.
I have a hard time believing in anything.
You believed in us.
And we believe in you.
You do believe in yourself.
I really like how Candace's brothers really trying to cheer her up and do everything they can. Just like in many episodes where Candace was upset that Jeremy cancelled the date with him, but overall, in the end, Phineas and Ferb will do all they can to help their sister, even though she tries to bust them.
Right there with us. Monster truck driver, charioteer, queen of Mars.
Right, I'm Candace Flynn, lifeguard, time traveler, coup de crayon.
Candace?
Also did kiddie rides in Ain't No Kiddie Ride and other stuff.
I was just over there in a taxi and I
had this idea to
Your
fly
brothers? Say no more.
Oops, like we're underway.
Make this count, Candace, and you'll get opportunity to be boyfriend and girlfriend together.
I had something I wanted to tell you. I saw you in front of your hotel with those kids and the girl with the ice cream. It was like my teacher wearing a cowboy hat.
I like the teacher in the cowboy hat reference, which Phineas and Ferb referenced it earlier.
I would hope my girlfriend...
When I first heard that Jeremy called Candace's girlfriend, I was like, oh damn, it's happening.
Me, you said the G word.
As Candace goes inside the tunnels, as the shadow covers her face as she's going darker and darker.
I use the G word. That doesn't freak you out, does it?
Think of you as my B word.
Well, Candace and Jerry had their moments in season 1 and 2, but this is the biggest moment of yet, and that is in this special.
A-V? No! I can't. I'm in charge of these guys. I've got to be responsible.
She knows her priorities first, then Jeremy. She gotta do her job there.
I'll see you in a week, boyfriend.
He actually does come back early as we get to the song towards the end.
Week will be over before you know it. At least you've got a love scene on a bridge.
Damn, Isabella's still pissed at Phineas for not taking attention to her.
Canvas furnished by nature.
Really?
Oh, I can't help it. Paris does it to me every time.
Well, when you went on a date in season 3 in Buford Confidential.
4 o'clock, we're in a baguette boat with a fuel tank full of snail grease.
As the baguette plane started to fire as it happens, with the smoke trailing, as you can see Phineas's face, as he seems to enjoying the time.
Hey everyone, I can talk!
And now he can talk, and he's not a French actor, so he'll probably be American right here.
Harbor, Ferb. After that, it's nothing but open ocean and a couple of remote islands.
And that's a shipment with a load of loading docks. That is going to be hard to penetrate. And the balloon is back, right there. While the balloon helps Phineas, Ferb and his friends use the plane to get up as they get past the shipment containing loading docks.
Looks like everything worked out for the best. That giant wave really put us back on schedule. That's... Oh, like that. And that. And that. Yeah, this is all included in what I was talking about.
Looks like the plane has been ripped apart. As you can see, it's only a seat as Phineas and Ferb are going to land on the island, which will be their lowest point ever as we get to there.
Ferb, that was our worst landing yet.
And they are in the deserted island of the Atlantic Ocean, and we get to see front-face Phineas.
This isn't Danville, it's a deserted island. A couple of trees and a big fat ox. And big fat ox.
I like the big fat said, "Why am I catching strays?"
I never took into account that we might not make it back at all. Forget my kiss from Jeremy. It's the end of romance.
And I don't blame Candace for feeling the same way, as she's always been waiting to kiss Jeremy, as she's never going to kiss him unless they find a way out of the island.
I'm gonna lose.
You're stranded on this island too, right?
I'm winning.
Why is Buford being an arsehole? Why are you laughing? Who's going to look after your fish Biff?
Phineas, how are we going to get off this island?
Every time Phineas is positive, he always finds a way, even though in difficult situations. But this is going to be harder for him, and it's going to be, as we never get to see Phineas and Ferb be frustrated or upset or he lose the plot or something, but this will happen right here.
We could tie those 2 palm trees into a raft and wait, we don't have anything to cut the trees with.
And that is the first sign of Phineas Flynn losing it.
We can soup up this ox so we can run on a conveyor belt that would charge a...
You just can't escape front-face Phineas, this time with his eyes closed.
To mention, you're never gonna make it.
Gerald, we've got 1 rubber band.
Really, what is it? Those are handcuffs for outstanding violations as long as your arm.
Even though Doof is not evil, you have to admit Major Monogram is right. He has done a lot of violations in season 1 and season 2, all around in Phineas and Ferb episodes.
But we're on vacation.
To continue your vacation in 10 to 20 years. I'm working on a rap beatinator.
Doofus, much you already done rapping in Platypus Controlling Me in Brain Drain.
Have you seen the electrical outlets here? I wouldn't even...
Step away from the evil scientist.
Like father, like daughter, Vanessa's acting like Doofenshmirtz.
You are evil!
I'm not evil. Just get in the car before they find out this is only a hairdryer.
I like how Vanessa's creating the version of a hairdryer to make sure that she aims at Major Monogram so that he can get her dad out of there to fly away.
I got it in Tokyo.
Cool, but they didn't know it.
Okay, Dad. Maybe I'm a little evil.
Well, in the Finding Mary MacGuffin, though, you are a bit evil.
It's okay. I'm not gonna cry.
Really nice to see Heinz Doofus bonding with his daughter in the end, as they don't at the start, but in the end, she started to realize that he come a halfway, all the way in the world to get her, and it's paying off.
Taking a review. See you back in the States.
And that's the last we see of Major Monogram in this episode, but Perry the Platypus does appear in the end after the song is finished. So plot B is done, now we're gonna move into plot A.
There's gotta be some minerals or something down here that we can use.
Thanks, Ferb. I just don't know what to do. Most romantic city in the world.
And this is the first time Isabella cried in Phineas and Ferb, and I really don't blame her. When she tries to make Phineas and Ferb enjoy the view of the Sea of Love, he doesn't pay attention. Even though I respect Phineas for focusing on the mission to get back home to Dadville, I really feel bad for Isabella, and this is going to play it longer and longer until At Your Age, and I don't really blame her, as it's become more obvious by the time the episodes grew.
Didn't even notice me. I just feel like giving up. And look at it.
A sponge and a starfish. Oh no, that's ridiculous.
And obviously that's a reference to SpongeBob and Star Patrick, and also Dan Provorite also worked on the show SpongeBob a couple of years ago, and I forgot this meme is so popular and still to this day.
As if I don't exist. Give anything if you would just sit down with me and enjoy this beautiful sunset.
Dig a tunnel under the ocean. He can't. I can...
And this is the first time I see Phineas Flynn give up, which is a retcon to Milo Murphy's Law, as Phineas and Ferb asks if it goes wrong.
Well, what do you usually do when things go wrong?
We have no frame of reference for that.
And they should have at least told him that they were stuck in the island. And that retcons the whole thing in Milo Murphy's Law, which is a problem. I don't give shoutouts to big YouTubers or Phineas and Ferb and other channels, but I recommend you watch this video of how the greatest episode is destroyed. And I'll put to that on the screen.
At least we can sit and watch this beautiful sunset.
The music sounds beautiful there. Let's play it one more time.
No, you are not going to enjoy this beautiful sunset. That's a roller coaster through downtown. You mean giant treehouse robots? You traveled through time for crying out loud twice. That's not the Phineas Flynn that I fell in.
Oh, Isabella almost said that that is not the situation that I fell in love with. That she almost said it to reveal her crush with Phineas, as it doesn't happen until the second dimension, but their memories get erased.
Notice all on Verb's map.
That's it. Isabella, you're the best.
I really like how Phineas appreciates Isabella now. We should have been in the Sea of Love for a bit, but I really like how Phineas getting support his friends to help build something of a map to get out of the island, as you see the map is getting bigger and bigger as it covers it, as it goes bigger in the island as it goes through it, while you see the shadow there.
Need to go there. Say 11 minutes. NASCAR and bring it over here to Ohio.
Folding the map doesn't actually make these places closer together.
I know.
For Phineas, for a kid, even though in these low point moments, at least he's trying to stay focused and trying to make it work.
Australia, over to Africa. Why to Japan? No, east. Don't go west.
Yes, I don't see how an origami unicorn is getting us off this island.
I know it's not going to get us off the island, but look at the design. It looks very good. I really like how they do it with a map. It looks fantastic. As you get to see the shadow of the silhouette, you can see things changing off the map as Phineas and Ferb sees it and his friend, and it goes into a Ferris wheel. I really love the detail of this episode, and it's done well to the start to the finish, and it's going to continue like that once we get to the end.
There's no way I'm getting on that
Wait,
thing.
I think it's beautiful.
Car salesman crazy or mattress salesman crazy?
I really like seeing the sky of the sun with different colours as we get to see in this episode. It looks very, very stunning, along with the water animation.
Oh, Baoshi, get the seats.
You got it.
Buford is so strong of grabbing the ox.
Flying over 2,000 miles of water. Am I taking crazy pills?
Well, Candace, you should be taking sleeping pills if you want to sleep more.
It was super special density.
Clayton and Shaka Khan cannot both be wrong. Can we please stop using it as a reference?
And it won't, as we're going to see in the end when they say, I believe, once they get into their Phineas and Ferb's home with the bike.
Candace, you won't see Jamie again till we get off the island.
You know, my horoscope said I would be riding an ox today.
They're a little bit further. Okay, that'll have to do.
Looks like everyone's giving in. The stakes are very high in this episode. I cannot stop thinking about front face Phineas.
It's just the mortal terror talking.
And it worked. And Candace mentioned about the slingshot back to home is paying off from Swiss Family Phineas.
Or you could have made a gigantic slingshot and shot us back to the mainland.
Mind if we use that someday? Look!
I finally ate a bug!
And this is before they going back to Danville, as they got a couple of seconds left. At least Buford's coming around in this episode. And I'm watching the Disney Plus version, as the substituted teacher thing doesn't appear in it, as some of the jokes are removed, which bothers me a bit. As you get to see textures or backgrounds of the tri-state area and the houses, that they did it very well done.
That was probably our best landing of the day.
While you're in the Atlantic Ocean, you said it was the worst landing of the day, but this one, I completely agree, Phineas.
Oh no! Road construction!
And we seen it earlier, and they finish it as they're gonna fix the road, as we get to see like a huge hole right down there.
It's only 58 seconds till sundown!
What kind of watch is that?
You tell me, Balji, but they got a double time fast.
I thought we were gonna do the impossible. For one shining moment, this is my house. Hold on one sec. Everybody back their bikes!
Even though Buford is a bully, he has come a long way in this episode, as he has his story arc, as he argues with Phineas about the laws of physics of summer traveling around the world, and now he's helping them to make sure they succeed. Good on you, Buford. Looks like Phineas see what Buford see.
Here's Ferb's, here's Phineas's, here's Isabella's.
Say it is better for your back.
How come I don't have to stand in line to bully?
As we're in Buford's garage, you can see tools in the back, a lot of things there, a jacket in the door, and a lot of bikes he took. There's a lot of things there.
Took my bike.
Noted.
Candace, we're in a hurry. Just get on the trike
There's
and we'll go.
no way
Get on the trike!
And Phineas Flynn is losing his patience here, and when you see him angry, you don't want to make him angry. And look at his face, and Candace is scared. It's because of the frustration he built in the island, and this is when flashback when Candace called his X-ray vision goggles stupid, and that probably a payback in this episode. And also Dan Provermeyer said it was an expensive laugh.
Get on the trike from the end of Summer Belongs to You. Now, the reason I'm proud of this gag is that it is not an inherently funny line, and yet it gets a huge laugh. That laugh is all about character. That laugh happens because we spent an entire season letting you get to know him and know who he is, and we spent the last 30 minutes letting you see where he's gotten to emotionally. That is not a cheap laugh. That is an expensive laugh.
Phineas, there's no way we're gonna clear that. Is that another Shaka Khan reference?
Have to believe!
I believe!
I believe!
I like how Ferb's giving his thumbs up, as he's already spoken much in this episode, but nothing needs to be said. And that is a reference to E.T. Go Home.
It seemed like the sun would never go down.
Well, you in luck. In a couple seconds at least.
7 seconds till sundown. Maybe it'll help if we count.
And I almost forgot in this episode, Holly has a new voice actress now, and she's voiced by Diamond White.
2, 1.
And they fucking did it. Absolutely fantastic.
You guys are amazing.
Look at Isabella in the back hugging Phineas like that. To all you Finavella fans, enjoy it. This is one of them.
For us, that is so nice. Not a single phone call.
Well, I didn't have international coverage.
Well, you can use Bluetooth to disconnect and find other Wi-Fi's anywhere with the iPhone nowadays.
I think we're gonna turn in early.
Enjoy the party, okay?
And this episode gets a happy ending, just like in every Phineas and Ferb episode, and it's brilliant. There's the Fireside Girls, Evian, Sally, and many other characters you will notice. And also the last song of this special is called Summer Belongs to You, and is also, in my opinion, the best song of the series, and it's also voted in second in the musical clips The Countdown, which is Rigged. And overall, this is Vincent Martella's favourite song of Phineas and Ferb by far.
There were moments when I doubted. Point where we could laugh
And we get more Finn and Bella content as they're both dancing around with each other. The Fireside Girls playing trumpet, Buford's jamming with the drums, and Ferb playing the guitar, and Isabella's playing the jamboree. If I misdirected correctly, this is the first time we get to see Stacy and Ginger together, as they are sisters and they don't reveal it until maybe season 3 or the start of season 4. I don't remember, but I do remember some things. Just like the Gelatin Monster episode, we get to see Isabella and Jenny Brown, both voiced by Alison Stoner. And we get more Finn and Bella content as they're holding around dancing. And that too in this scene as well. And there's that blonde woman, Jenny's friend Sarah. And we got the roller coaster, which will be the season finale of season 2, which I will do for the next video. And we get more Finn and Bella content as Phineas holding Isabella's hand. A part of Isabella's head disappeared, which is an animation error. Ashley Tisdale is singing the voice, but in the demo version is voiced by Olivia Olson, the voice of Vanessa. I really like the different colours of the backgrounds while they're singing. As soon as I pause it, she looks like she's having 3 fingers. Look at the different colours in the backgrounds as the different designs looks very good. Look at it move. Man, Ashley Tisdale's killing it again with her song. Absolutely brilliant. It's not just the song is brilliant, it's just the song calling out for you need to do something for the summer and to get out there and do it.
You came back early! Like the sound of that.
Don't just stand there, Candace. Kiss him! And we get the first official kiss of Jeremy and Candace. And now they're boyfriend and girlfriend now. And that makes this episode extra special now. Baby, baby, baby. And he said it again, just like in Gitchy Gitchy Goo. And now they're both dancing with each other. Man, the song goes hard as well as Finn and Bella. Man, look at Buford and Baljeet dancing. This is amazing. I put it on the screen to show you which songs are in the montage. There's Coltrane, the Bullpit Kid again, and there's 2 Pedro, which is an animation error.
Where's Perry?
Do you like your with or without fromage?
Of course, that's D. Bradley Baker doing the French fries, who also does Perry the Platypus. I like the Perry the Platypus looks out there, as it's not focusing as much, but don't worry Perry the Platypus, you will be focused on the second dimension. Boy, what an episode. If there's only one way to describe about this episode, it would be epic. I know I'm going to do the ratings once we get to there, but I'm trying not to be as biased as I can. I'm trying not to get my feelings over facts, but overall, you can't just ignore the fact this episode's just awesome. The adventures we took with the characters, the settings, the glory, the everything else, it plays well into its strengths and it worked out very well. And now we're going to start with the plot, and it gets a 5. In this episode, you can see the segue of Phineas and Ferb in many settings. This is the biggest challenge that Phineas and Ferb have done in the special, with many people put to the task to travel around with the plane, with Candace being here to put a lot of stakes in this episode. She wants to go with her brother to see Jeremy in Paris, which plays a lot of harmony in this episode, including Doofenshmirtz and Major Monaghan along with Perry the Platypus, to travel around the world to find Vanessa, whom they meet in halfway, which paid off towards the end. In the Atlantic Ocean, this is Phineas's lowest point right now before the movie, and is struggling until Isabella encouraged him about the map, which is the reason why he combines with rubber bands and bikes to head back to Danfield before the sun goes down. The play towards states are higher than ever before, and it's successfully captured with the song towards the end. Characterization will get a 5. A lot of characters in this episode had their own arc, as Dan Provine said it in Comic Con back in 2010. Throughout the whole season, Phineas and Ferb was positive and focused throughout the whole episode, including from the Sea of Love, even though his speculation is to fix the plane instead of spending time with Isabel, which plays many times in the future, and he is focused and determined to get back to his house before the sun goes down. The Atlantic scene is his lowest point in Phineas and Ferb, and it doesn't get mentioned in Milo Murphy Law, which bothers me. He tries to find his way to get off the island, but he runs out of ideas and enjoys the beautiful sunset with Isabella. But she tells him about the past, what he did, and the map, which gained Phineas's confidence again and belief, which led them to make it back to home before the sun goes down. And that was amazing. And also the trike part, which he tells Candace to get on the trike, which is an expensive lob, as time was eating up, which they got there on time. Vanessa too has been frustrated with her dad many times in many episodes of Phineas and Ferb, while she goes with Phineas and Ferb to travel around the world, which she enjoys a lot, with Doofenshmirtz and Co. travel around the world and talks about halfway around the world, which was heartwarming, and they escape from Paris from Major Monogram and Perry the Platypus by using his gadgets. Vanessa does love her dad at times, even though he embarrassed her at times. Even though Doofenshmirtz cared more about his daughter than his parents cared about him when he was young. Buford may have flip-flop episodes many times while he is a bully, which is understandable, but he does warm around towards the end as he realized that Summer in the way to believe in which is Shaka Khan and Clay Aiken said. And Candace have an arc too, even though she thinks her Summer is a failure, in my opinion, which is not, has been doing a lot of things with her brother throughout the summer, and with Jeremy too. This is the first breakaway between Jeremy and Candace as they officially become boyfriend and girlfriend together. As they develop in the episode at the bridge in France, Jeremy does care about Candace even if he's away from her, and he does come back towards the end, which is touching and the first kiss between the characters. Even Isabella had her own arc too, even though she is annoyed by Phineas for not paying attention to her in past, which foreshadows 10 years into the future. Isabella talks to Ferb about Phineas giving up and lack of trying, and she tells him what he remembers what he did with the past, which reminds him what he used to be, and he becomes that again. She also played her part encouraging Phineas about Ferb's map, which led them to get off the island and come back to the house before the sun went down, dancing around with each other towards the end, which is touching to Finabella fans. Ferb, Balji, Uncle Sal, Butcher, and many characters had their own arcs, and they are very interesting. There's no issue towards it, which is well written in this episode, which is very well done. The visuals is a stunning 5. You already know my thoughts in this episode. There's a lot of stunning buildings, backgrounds, and many more, but which I already did in my breakdown. If you can find it back, if you want to rewatch it again. I couldn't talk more about it, which would lead to copyright. And it's stunning, even though the animation has a lot of errors. You still be astonished with the animators while they put a lot of effort into this episode. Importance, it has to be a 5. Of course it's a 5. This episode is still popular to this day and still is now. Whenever they think about a special, it's Summer Belongs to You. Character arcs, romantic couples, settings, which leads into the future and many more, including memes which become popular in this great episode. Entertainment is a 5. The comedy, the gags, the settings, the plot, it's so fun, so interesting, and the songs too. How can you find this boring? This episode is just amazing. Special episode, amazing. And the total score is 25 out of 25, without a shadow of a doubt. And I know this is my best episode of Phineas and Ferb by far, and the top 3. Even though it may not be your favorite episode, Summer Belongs to You, and I respect that, and You could put it down in the comments down below if you wanted to, but the ratings, you can't disagree with that. Time to move on to our final thoughts. Alright then, let's go. As I search for background information, this episode is 46 minutes long, as Candace Against the Universe runtime is 1 hour and 25 minutes, as the second dimension is 1 hour and 80 minutes, while Star Wars beat it with 51 minutes. And this episode won Best Kid Episode of iTunes 2010 Rewind. And also, Summer Belongs to You is watched by 3.862 million views, 20% kids between the ages of 10 and 11, and also ages between 80 and 49 are 3%, 5% is households, and 13% are teenagers. Also, #1 program of the night and the 25 weekend views, as some Phineas and Ferb continue to rack up the views as it's going up. In Renee's philosophy, it's called Koto Ugo-san, which is I think therefore I am, which is actually a reference to Phineas and Ferb. In Hairspray, there's a song called You Can't Stop the Beat, which is similar to Summer Belongs to You, the similar tune. I put a title reference in the screen to make sure if you can find it for yourself, then go ahead and do it. And also, this is the most lines that Ferb speak until it's broken by Star Wars and Candace Against the Universe, which is a movie. I was trying to find storyboards or other things, but overall I just couldn't find it anywhere, as I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to do another simple poll. Which is one of your favorite songs in this episode so far? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.